Lucky Boys Podcast.
So did you guys also experience, like, during quarantine, a similar experience to me, like, relationship wise, you know, constantly being around each other, like, but then possibly, you know, coming out of it stronger?
I know I'm trapped in, no, not trapped, but
Damn.
I'm ball and chained.
I'm living with my girlfriend. She's been living with me for almost a year, I think, or a little more. So we're very comfortable with each other. But with the quarantine,
It's like a different level though, because you can't actually go anywhere.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I live in a multi-level house, so if I need to do my own thing or she needs to do her own thing, like, we can separate.
Yeah.
And we're cool with that. Like, if she's on her own doing her own thing, playing video games or whatever, or, you know, just doing some writing or creative stuff, she does it. Like, and she's cool with me, you know, going to my own space, which is usually the kitchen. That's where my laptop is like stationed. That's my workstation. Yeah. And I'm like, she leaves me alone, and I think we're good. And then when we come back together during dinner time, it's sort of like, you know, you know, it's sort of a group effort. Like, what do you want to have for dinner? And then we'll make it. And then I think it's like, you gotta keep it fresh. Yeah. And it's easier said than done because with everything going on. But, you know, I think you just gotta put the effort in.
How long have you guys been together?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. We've never gone to an all blown out fight where it's like yelling at each other. It's more like, okay, I'm pissed off. I'm just going to walk into the other room until I cool off.
That's good. Yeah. That's very healthy, honestly.
Yeah, wait, who's the one that walks away?
But she would.
She?
Yeah, she would.
Wow.
I'm like, come back.
Yeah. Yeah, I would be like, yo, come here. Let's talk it. Let's talk it through. I want to talk it right now.
Let's fight. I got the gloves ready.
Yeah. I'll forget about this in the next 12 hours.
Wow, that's amazing that she's the one that to de-escalate just by going, you know what, we need some space. Right now.
Usually she's the cooler head. You know, so I'm more like, I want to actually, you know, talk it through. And
that's me too.
And solve it right now.
Oh, we finishing this right now. What? We finishing this.
I'm gonna say my piece. You're gonna say your piece, and then
it depends. Like, so if I get instigated, if they going like, well, that's why you ugly, you know, and walk away.
Okay, we can't stop that.
Then I'm like, no. We're gonna talk why I'm ugly. Like,
has that ever actually happened though?
No, I've never.
In what world?
Well, I'm using an example. Like, if they're saying, like, if they're just juggling some negative energy and they go, oh, Dookie, you know, and they hit you with that, and you're like, yeah, you're just like, oh.
It's like a closing statement. Like,
right. And then they walk away and they leave you with this ball of shit. And I'm like, no, you can't transfer this energy and then walk away from me. We finish. And they're like, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna
counter.
What's that move from Avatar? You see Zuko where he redirect lightning from, you know,
you guys, the fact that Last Airbender is on Netflix now is a game changer. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Wait, Cora's gonna be on it too.
Yes, August
you guys know?
14th, 16th, something
you
like that.
You guys, so my boyfriend's friend, who he works with, is also a musician who's like really good friends with Dante, the voice of Zuko.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dante Bosco?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was literally I was just talking to Matthew's friend and just being like, oh, I love Avatar, yada yada. We're at dinner, and then out of nowhere he whips out his phone, calls him, is FaceTiming with him, and I'm literally there. I'm literally there just crying. Like, I can't even say anything. Like, I'm on the screen. I'm just like,
oh, Zuko.
I couldn't even believe how big of a nerd I was. Like, you don't realize it until you're in that moment, and you're like,
when you see a celebrity and you got awestruck. Yeah, that's happened to me before. Yeah. I was like shaking, sort of.
Which celebrity did that for you?
It was Walking Dead.
Oh, Daryl.
Daryl, yeah. I saw him in Chinatown. He was walking through like the park, and I'm like, this guy looks so familiar. He's like, he looks exactly how he looks like in Walking Dead.
Really?
Yeah, like super.
That's
like,
method acting right there.
I want to say grimy, but like just dressed down.
A lot of actors just kind of look homeless in real life.
Like with the beard.
Really, like Robert De Niro looks homeless in real life, yeah.
He doesn't want to be, you know, I guess, seen, you know, or noticed.
He's very low-key, just kicking it.
Well, I think a lot of actors are not really like in that glitz and glamour type of thing.
Yeah, but it's just so funny because that's literally like what they present themselves as, and then behind the scenes,
yeah.
It's like
Daryl. So Daryl was like I was like, and when I figured out who he was, I was like, oh shit, I just couldn't move. Like I was like shaking. I couldn't move.
Wow.
I didn't know I was that big of a fan.
Was it the arrows?
I think he's the coolest character besides Rick.
He is pretty darn
I've
cool.
never seen that show. I've been binging a lot too.
I stopped after season 4 when my man died. Glenn. Rest in
died.
peace, boy.
Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah.
How many seasons are there?
I lost
I
count.
think 8.
But I heard,
Wow.
but the
Still going.
The ongoing thing, what everyone's saying is, and it's not just me or it's not just Asian people, but after Glenn died after season 4, it's been downhill from there.
Is
The bad
Glenn
taste in my
is
mouth.
Glenn
Walking
Asian?
Dead. Yeah, he's the Korean Steve Ewan.
Okay.
Am I saying his last name right?
Yep, Steve Ewan. Yep.
Yeah, he's just his character is phenomenal. The way he portrayed it, just dope. Or the writing for him, his character build, his character arc, how he was just like he just came on the scene like this typical Asian guy, you know, and then all of a sudden he developed into this kind of like a leader.
Yeah.
Right.
That's so rare
it's very
to see on TV.
I love his character build, and he's brave, unselfish, loving, righteous. Like it was just so you didn't really expect that.
That's a great word that you use, righteous, because I think the writers and the creator of the comic book that was based off, he was like the heart of the group.
Okay.
He was like the beating heart. Like if people veered off like morally, he would be the person to like
bring them back and connect everyone
and foundation of like who you are. Like we're people, and like you can't do this.
If Rick is the engine,
yeah,
right?
Perfect example,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's the head, if Rick is the head, and Glenn is the heart. Yeah, so it's.
Would you guys recommend it like as a show to watch, or
Up
is it
until
kind of like a Game
season
of? I was gonna say, is it like a Game of Thrones where like the last
honestly,
season was?
Game of
Shit.
Thrones was so disappointing.
It was so
last season.
sad. I was obsessed with that show too.
Me too.
And I still I still encourage people to watch it because I still think it's worth it. Like despite
Up to
the last season. Yeah.
Well, what I will give Walking Dead is that I think it's the best zombie movie series
interpretation of zombies.
Yeah, that I've on TV, that I've on television or the big screen that I've ever seen, hands down. Hands down.
I feel like I've been watching like a lot of like zombie stuff.
Yeah, to me it was the best. Second would be Train to Busan.
Oh yeah, that was
really dope.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched it?
No.
I would recommend that.
I just watched like Dawn of the Dead for the first time. Have you guys seen that? It's kind of old school.
The new one.
It's not old school, but like
was it the old one or just Dawn of the Dead?
There's 2 of them, right?
Yeah,
I think I watched the newer one, and then
in the shopping mall. They were in the shopping mall.
Yeah, the mall one, and then I've also been playing Last of Us, so I feel like I'm in such like a zombie apocalyptic like.
Then you would like Walking Dead if right. You would really enjoy it. I don't know. I can't recommend the next season because as soon as I watch, it just lost its thing for me after season 4. I didn't want to be further disappointed, so I stopped. I don't know if the writers and the actors and director, if they were somehow able to turn it around and make it interesting again for me personally, or a lot of people for that matter. But I don't know if it's still going and they're still making seasons, and obviously there's still a fan base.
So a lot of people, like a lot of main characters left the show. Yeah.
Oh damn.
Do you want me to tell you?
No.
Okay.
No, because I don't know how long.
I might go back.
I don't know how long we've been in quarantine for, so I might circle back.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I might circle back and go, you know what? I'm down. I'm down. I'm back. I'm back, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you watching right now?
Right now, do you guys know Hannibal?
Yeah. It's
the series?
Well, yeah, the series. It's so funny because I watched like almost all of it, and then we were kind of taking a break just because like it's so intense and like
really,
yeah, it's
you
very like
recommend
emotionally draining. Yeah, I would. It's almost like a CSI-ish like thing, but with
is it? Have you seen Dexter?
It is very similar to Dexter. Okay. I've watched a few episodes of Dexter, but I couldn't really get into it. It's just like
it wasn't modern enough.
It was like. I don't know what it was. It just didn't really pull me in the way like I expected it to. Okay. But I actually saw Silence of the Lamb for the first time after watching Hannibal. So it was interesting to see like Hannibal Lecter being portrayed in such different lights. Both of them are incredible, I think. But
how many seasons does Hannibal have?
I think it's like
it's 3.
3 or 4 episodes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool. I'm in.
Are they working on a 4th, or is it like officially done?
Oh, I don't know.
I hate watching series where they hook me in and I want more, and then there's no more.
Oh, there's no conclusion to it?
No, where I'm caught up, where it's just one season in. Like for example, The Boys, right?
I just watched that. Okay. It's coming out in September, right?
Yeah, season 2, right?
Season 2.
But it wasn't what I was expecting. I was like, yo, this shit is dark. I love it.
Yeah. It really like out of left field gets you.
Yeah.
Because you think it's kind of like a tacky thing initially, and it is, but it's almost like they're aware of it. It's like a self-aware tackiness, and like there's so much going on, like politically and like everything. It's really so like multidimensional.
It's so well done. It's so well done.
And the acting in it is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Even like the douchey characters, they go full blown douchey.
Yeah.
Like it's not halfway douchey. It's full blown like, oh, I hate you, and I love
like Homelander or like
Homelander, the
Chase Crawford, the deep guy.
Yeah, the one that what's that lady that's breastfeeding, and the guy has like Homelander has a total crush on her.
Oh, yeah.
Her,
I thought that dynamic was so interesting.
Yes, and the weird sea guy, the deep sea guy, whatever.
Yeah, Chase Crawford.
I love how Chase Crawford. Okay, I love how he's like on the front. He seems like a nice guy. Yeah, because that's in like real life. You meet people like, yo, this dude's cool, or this girl's cool.
Yeah,
and then when you get to know,
next thing you know, their pants are down. Their pants are down.
Yeah, like, hey, you want to get ahead, then. I was like, yo, it's so good. It's so good. When it started, I was like, this is corny.
You've seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Well, yeah,
I'm like still fresh off of it, so I'm like, I can't wait.
It's been a year.
Have you seen the trailer for season 2?
Yeah. Yo, that last episode. Oh man, of the first season.
Final episode. Yeah.
It's what a plot twist. But I kind of had a feeling, and like.
You don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait for season 2. So that's a perfect example where I get into a show and then I go, damn it, where's season 2?
Yeah.
Where is the next season?
Luckily, we don't have to wait that long. Well, I didn't have to wait that long.
You don't have to wait long.
You just found it, so yeah.
I had a friend. I don't know if you were the one that recommended it to me, but I had a good friend of mine. I just recommended it to me, and I was just like, all right, yeah, I'll check it out. Another hero. I was like, it's not famous heroes. They were like, no, we'll watch it. I was like, all right, watch it. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like that's how it started. I was like, oh, it's corny. What? This person died? Like that's really gory. What they did? They're like, holy, it's dark.
Yeah. That airplane scene.
Yeah. Oh,
whoa, I'm mind blown.
A couple of shows I circled back was Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. I watched it all over again.
You did? I did? See, I did like up until season 2, I think, and then I just kind of let it be.
Actually, no, you're right. That's exactly what. No, I did season 1 and I skipped season 2, went to season 3.
Yeah, because you had the Demogorgon and then you had the spider guy, right?
Yeah,
in season 2. I should watch that though because I mean it's good. I've been binging a lot.
And what else? I'm dying for Peaky Blinders.
I never got into that. Yeah. Like the music was kind of distracting for me.
There's some parts where it feels, and this is, I guess, very like a commercial where they have everybody walking, and I guess because they're all tailored and fitted in these suits, these gangsters, and then they all of a sudden they have like music going, like this kind of line in the scene, and they're just walking in their gang, and then there's like sparks coming up from the construction behind them, and they're just like and that does distract me out of it because I'm in the whole scene and the gangster, what they're going through and the struggles and everything.
It's sort of out of place, right?
They do that. I'm like, it feels like a commercial break.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that's kind of weird for me, but not enough to distract me from it. I like Peaky Blinders.
Honestly, like cool. I lost interest because I just couldn't understand a word they were saying.
It's hard.
It's hard
you
to
need
like
subtitles on. Subtitles are your
decipher
friend.
that dialect. Like it was so hard for me to just what did they say? Like I missed it. Like
I even needed it for The Boys because that guy who plays Billy. He's the one with the Cockney accent. Is it Cockney?
I don't know.
He's British somehow.
What was this superpower?
But he's like the nerdy guy's like accomplice. Like how do I explain it?
His psychic?
He's like the FBI guy initially.
Oh, him, yes.
Oh, the disgruntled old dude.
Yeah. I had described it so wrong.
Yeah, I was like, who's this guy? Who's this nerdy
accomplice?
guy? Yeah.
Yeah, I had trouble understanding him too.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, that's
It's a Chinook, right?
yeah, Chinook. Yeah.
Whoa.
Sorry, guys. Are you guys watching? And there's a Chinook flying by the window.
I thought it was gonna be like a toucan because of what you said before.
A toucan? You mean a stork? You mean a stork?
My friend just moved back to Colombia, and she keeps taking pictures of all these toucans, and I'm like, are they just everywhere? Like, I don't understand.
Oh, so your friend was here in New York, and then she just
Yeah, actually, she dipped right before all of this went down. I think she went in like January or something like that. So.
And you live with like 3 other people, right?
Yeah, so one of them actually got corona too, and I wasn't there when like it all went down, but nobody else got it or nobody else exhibited symptoms, which is like pretty insane considering we're pretty close quarters. Like,
Yeah. Are they all still in New York?
yeah, all
that's
of my
crazy.
roommates, yeah.
Wow.
What were they? What was that person who had corona? Were they interacting closely with the other roommates? Or?
I think he did shut in as much as possible, but like his boyfriend was in and out, you know, and like had to like bring him dinner and stuff. So like you have to use the bathroom, you have to use the kitchen. Like there's only so much you can like shut in for. So
I know so many people that got corona. It's
know.
crazy.
Okay, this is really heavy and like kind of it is
Oh,
tragic.
we're going back in the chair. Let's pace ourselves.
Hold
But,
tight.
maybe I should
Go for it. Let's go.
I know a classmate. She was a year younger than me, also in the musical theater program at my school. She lost her grandpa to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then within the same week, on her birthday, she lost her dad to it.
Oh, wow.
Which is like, I mean, she was like best friends with her dad. I didn't know her like very well personally, but I would like see her around school. It's a very small school, and like that's what like keeps things into perspective for me when I'm just like, oh, I don't really want to wear a mask or something. I'm just like, yeah, but you could be saving lives by doing that. Like just in case, like the worst thing that can happen is you save a life.
I've been fortunate that it hasn't affected my immediate family, but I've
Me
heard
neither, yeah.
one of my friends, his dad came down with it, and he was like this close to be intubated. And once you get on a ventilator and a respirator, it changes your life because it debilitates you,
Yeah.
So, but the last minute, it was like, okay, he doesn't need it because his oxygen levels was like going up and down, fluctuating like crazy. So, it's affected a lot of people that I know. So
This shit is scary, man.
It's so scary.
You know, when flu and I feel like it's going to get even more scary when flu season hits, because think about it. It didn't really hit America, the US, where we are, until towards the end of winter.
Yeah.
Now we're going into the eye of this. We're going into the chaos. You know, like it's with flu season coming and cold. It's just a mix of everything. The pessimistic side of me is going. The glass half empty side is going. Man, it's going to be really bad. People are going to be freaking out. They're going to go run to the hospitals because they're not sure what they're having. They don't want to die, and they're going there. They could have COVID.
Like,
they may not.
Again.
Right? It's gonna be crazy again. And then the optimistic side of me is going, well, it's a good thing it came when it did, because now it's giving us, we know more about it. It's giving us more information. Therefore, we can all prep as a community, as a society, as a country for this. You know, we could take examples from what we had prior when we go into this season. But then again, go back to what we were talking about. There's so many stupid people out there, right? That just
poor leadership.
For example, how do you shoot up a place because they said, yeah, you have to wear a mask? You know what I mean? That just, wow. So there's people like that, and unfortunately there's a lot of people with that mentality, not with the shooting part, but with, I don't give a fuck who this impacts.
Yeah.
And then they don't believe in any of the numbers. They don't believe in anything until it hits home. That's it. They don't believe in anything until it hits home. That's how stubborn their thinking
I
is.
was reading somewhere, it's like that's the one thing that corona and racism have in common, is like nobody believes it until it actually personally affects them.
Whoa.
You know, just
That's
a tire
so
and
true.
tire. Like,
Yeah, that's like the veil, just like, I never thought of it that way, but
Yeah,
it's
I-
exactly true.
yeah.
It's not. There's certain politicians, governors, mayors, where they were saying, no, man, it's nothing.
They're still not woke to that
And then,
shit.
no,
That's so
but check this
crazy.
out. They ended up getting, I think you could Google it, but
Yeah.
they ended up being confirmed with COVID
Yeah. They get
Oh, man.
in Texas.
But the thing is,
In
like,
Florida.
they still
Yeah.
like deflect it though. They're blaming like certain things that,
oh yeah, it's because Rodney here was hanging out with me in the other day, and if he didn't have it, I wouldn't have it. Like, yeah,
It's
no
like-
shit, Sherlock.
It's like, I'm wearing a mask. That's
How
why
it
I got it.
I hope it gets better, and I just want to go back to as much as normal as possible. But even normal sucks too for a lot of people.
It's so hard, like planning for the future too, like what I was saying to you before, because it's like we don't know what the future looks like, so it's almost like we're all in this like weird limbo, like still like working our everyday like situations, but we don't know what the future looks like.
We gotta keep going. We gotta keep moving. And you mentioned that you actually participate in a weekly rally march, like a bike march.
I don't go every week, but I try to go as
It's a
often
weekly
as
thing.
I think it is a weekly
okay.
thing, like every Saturday or something like that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned to you guys, like this most likely won't be my last rally,
once you
last
go to your
march.
first one, you're just like, this is awesome, like I believe in this, and you just like,
Now, for those of people
wanna
that
keep going.
never been to a march, like what is that feeling? How can you guys best explain it?
well, everyone's wearing their masks, so that's like one thing that people need to realize is like you are not going into like the belly of the beast. Like most people who in this organized rally are not going to be violent, are going to like stick by the rules as much as possible and abide by the regulations and everything. And just that it's inspiring. You listen to like a bunch of speeches, you listen to so many experiences from people, and like it really opens your mind to another person's like life.
It's interesting to see like so many young people coming out, like younger than me. I mean, like I'm in my 30s, but I'm saying like people who are like in their teens, their 20s, they're participating in
These
this.
young activists.
And they're like, their energy is like so infectious. It's crazy to me. Like, yo, I want to do something. I want to be out there. This is our time, right? And I'm like, damn, you young.
Yeah.
And I never thought about doing this when I was young.
Right,
And
but it wasn't available for us in the same way that it is now.
Yeah. You got social media.
It's true.
It's very powerful.
And there's more leaders
awareness
there's more awareness, and there's more leaders that we can connect with. Where, like, for example, when we were growing up, celebrities was just something that they were like untouchable. Right, there was no way to streamline yourself to them, no direct line unless you were in the industry or you just had some type of connections. But now with social media, you can connect with them through social media. There's just so many platforms where you can get a response from them.
Some celebrities, like during quarantine, were giving out their phone numbers. Did you guys see
Is
that?
that real phone numbers, or is
I
just
don't
like
know
a
if it was
redirect
like
Google
real
phone?
but like Vanessa Hudgens was one of them, and like a
Really?
bunch of other like celebrities were doing it, and I just thought it was the most bizarre thing.
It's a great way to
But I
stay
mean,
relevant.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wasn't gonna say that. I thought it was like a nice like gesture, like for quarantine.
course.
If you feel lonely, like I'm here
course.
for you, sort of.
but
a
you
thing,
kind of
but-
have to keep your name up. I mean,
But it is kind of
as
bizarre.
a celebrity, that's their job to maintain the public's interest.
And if it is their number, they're changing it the next day.
Oh, for sure. Because you try it a week later, you're not going to be, hey, well, I was having trouble sleeping, and I was
Good
thinking
morning.
of you, and
It's me, Vanessa Hudgens.
How does that even work? Like, someone of that, like an A-list celebrity, getting phone calls from regular people. Like, how does that even work?
I think she was mostly texting. I don't think she was doing phone calls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm old.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I like to. I'm not big on text. Like, I'll text, and I'm just like here and there, and I'm not really that active.
I love texting.
I'm more of a phone
getting
person.
like expressing myself with my emojis.
I don't think I have good proper text etiquette where I feel like I may look like I'm either dismissive. People may come up with that, or it might be too much because I'm trying. Like, like I'm going, oh shit, I'm trying not to be dismissive. Let me try to be nice. And my cadence is all fucked up, and they're like, yo,
And
Will,
now
chill.
you have like a million exclamation points.
Yeah, they're like, Will, chill, man. This is like, I know you. This is not like the way who you are in person. The way you text is like two different people, man. Is this
So
really Will?
funny.
So it's like I'm completely. Yeah, I'm not good. Like, it's a damn good thing that like I don't have to date, in this era, because if I text girls in this era, they're gonna go, he either really likes me or he really hates me.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I think the emojis are really important in the dating game.
Emojis
Is it?
are
Like,
super important. I always tell my boyfriend, I'm like, can I?
Even for guys, like, is it kind of like a turn off for guys when they do emoji? I'm sorry, I don't know.
I love it. Like the
When
more
guys do
smiley
emoji, that's
faces
not like
and
soft or
hearts.
like,
No,
ew, what is this
no.
guy? He's so
I love it.
like.
I'm just
like,
texting
really?
my
That's
friends,
really
and then you're like, when I text you, you always use emojis. I'm like thrown off by it because I'm like, the people that
None of
I
us
text,
use emojis.
Yeah, none of us use emojis. Like
Really?
I'm texting with
Oh, yeah.
Not even your girlfriend?
no.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
You're
I guess
welcome. Adding a little color into your life.
That's why I'm thinking like is that like part of the game nowadays, like the dating game, like the emojis are really important.
Yeah, and you
because
read into
can't-
emojis a lot too.
Right,
If
you
there's
read
like
into
if there's like a smiley face, but like a really big smiley face versus like a shy smiley face, like it means a lot.
When one of my friends was showing me their text messages, or their chat, and I was just like, "Wow, this is popping. This looks like you're really good."
This looks like
It's a
art.
party. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
party.
Like
man.
Jackson Pollock painting.
Yeah, look at all these messages you got, and I was like, mine in comparison, I just look like a lazy piece of shit. Thanks. Like, and then he goes, "Let me see," and I was like, "Yo, here," and he's just like, "Yeah, well, you're pretty bad."
Yeah, but who is he talking to though?
Pretty bad.
Was it just
He's talking to a bunch of girls.
Yeah, girls. It's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, that's true.
Or
That's
it's
true.
a guy.
That's true.
Oh, so
Good
he's
boy.
dating
Oh yeah, he's
during quarantine. I want to see like
He's a serial dater.
Really?
He's hardcore. Yeah.
yeah.
Hardcore.
Is he on all the apps?
I don't know. I
You guys don't talk about it?
I don't because I don't. I could,
See, this is the difference between boys and girls because girls are just like, okay,
Guys-
tell
Oh
me
my God.
everything that's
Let me-
going
yeah, show
on.
me.
Like,
Yeah. If he
show
goes
me
into
who you're
detail-
talking to.
Well, I would if I was like on the same boat as him, right? If I was looking for someone actively and I was on, I was like, yo, dude, what are the apps?
That's true. Your
What
interests
are
are
the-
like kind of different.
Well, what are the apps anyway? We got Tinder. That's all I know. Tinder,
Hinge.
Bumble.
Bumble. You
Bumble.
guys, can I tell you
Did say
something
Bumble?
embarrassing?
Bumble. Yeah.
Yes,
So I
tell
was
us all
like-
the embarrassing stories you have.
So like, so like during quarantine, you know how I said like all my friends had moved back to their home states, at least temporarily. I was like kind of lonely, and there was like 1 week where like nobody was here, and I was like, why don't I just get Bumble BFF? Have you guys heard? Of
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah.
A
So
Bumble
basically-
BFF was
There's like Bumble Business, Bumble
There's
Friends.
Bumble Business,
Wait,
is like the regular dating Bumble.
Was it like friends that fuck or?
It's finding friends.
Oh, just regular. Oh, okay, my bad. What? You said I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm out of
It's like the most wholesome, innocent thing, and you just
Sorry.
corrupted it.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. Because we're talking about Tinder. My mind is like towards like hooking up. We're talking about hookup,
dating
and
app.
I'm talking about my buddy that's dating a bunch of girls.
Yeah.
So then you go into that. I'm still in that realm. I'm not thinking wholesome friendships. Let's be
So
pen pals.
yeah, that's basically what it is, but it's so bizarre because like you're used to like posting your pictures and like making yourself look good for like the male gaze, I guess, just for like dating purposes.
Wait, Bumble's for gays?
What?
Is that what you said? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
What?
I'm sorry. I thought.
No, so
Wait,
like
my headphones working?
the male gaze, like
The male
so you're
gaze.
trying to make yourself look good for like the male gaze, usually for dating
Gaze.
apps.
Like I'm gazing at you. Gazing.
Gaze. Oh, I'm sorry. I
Gazing.
thought you said gaze, like GAYS.
All right, I'm gonna take that out.
Not GAZE. No, leave that in there. That's fine. It's not inappropriate.
Oh, gaze.
I thought you said no.
Yeah.
Now here's
At first, I
no,
thought you
let
said
me-
that. At first, I thought you did say
Gays. Yeah, GA because
Like,
you said
you're trying to make yourself look good for the
all
male
your
gaze,
roommates,
right?
all your roommates are gays.
Right, that's true.
Right?
That's true. It's been very thematic throughout this entire conversation.
Yes. So I thought, and I bet you a bunch of listeners probably. I'm not the only one.
Yep.
Right. But anyway, yeah. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, May. I'm so rude.
The
Anyways,
profiles. Yeah.
anyway, so it's interesting because you're like trying to choose these pictures for girls to find you to be a good friend rather than like, oh,
I'm
like-
sorry. Hold on. I still don't. Why am I? Is it the?
Is it? I think it's just the way that I'm wording it.
is this straight?
it-
Okay,
is that
so
is that
wait,
beer? What
so
is that?
That is beer.
Yeah, it's kind of like
watermelon ale.
Oh,
Yeah.
yum! That
Yeah.
sounds good.
So
I offered you. You want?
Okay.
Okay. So anyway,
I have to stay sober for my British accent later.
We had that during
well,
our
maybe that
picnic.
actually might help with your Cockney accent.
But it's not a Cockney. It's like
It's
like
not.
a formal.
Downton
yeah.
Abbey. Okay, got you. Okay.
All right, hold on. Let's just rewind a bit.
Downton Abbey.
So, Bumble
Yeah.
for friends.
So-
I guess there's another portion of it, just like pen pal version, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
basically, you like match with people who it's still just like a bunch of pictures of yourself, but you look through like other people's.
But it's down to
like
earth.
a swiping thing.
It's
too.
not. It's not like.
But it's also like oh, I want to be friends with this girl, or I don't want to be friends with this girl. And like, it was
Based
just like
on
such
looks?
a,
That's
based
kinda
on
weird.
looks, right? So it
yeah.
still feels kind of like you're dating. Like it
Right.
still kind of feels like Tinder, which is interesting. But like, I had a great experience with it. I didn't actually meet up with anybody, but we were just like gassing each other up. Like all the girls were just like, oh my God, you're so pretty. And I'd be like, oh my God, you're so pretty too. Like just like during that 1 week span where I didn't see anybody and I had like all this multitude of friends suddenly.
Does that help deal with, I guess, some of the loneliness during
I
quarantine?
mean, that's why I did it. I was just like, well, I'm not really like seeing anybody right now. So
Because I'm really old school. Like, I love handwritten letters. I love in-person conversation. I
Yeah.
love, like, I guess, talking on the phone with someone that I connect with, that I vibe with,
yeah.
over social media any day.
Yeah.
Right. But that's just the old me, right?
Yeah.
And with social interaction, I try the whole Zoom, hangout, happy hour, text messaging. I don't know. I get bored.
Yeah.
So
It's
and
easy to like
make a strong
disconnect from
effort
something like that.
because I can't hide my boredom.
Yeah.
And I try hard, but they know.
So you're saying you would not be able to do Bumble BFF Men
No,
edition?
I don't think so. I don't. If they have a men edition,
Of course.
Oh, I can imagine myself. Oh, bro, you look.
You just like make your new best friend
You
off
look
of Bumble.
brolic, bro. I guess.
Well, the thing is, like, it was just like a temporary thing, and like, you guys know her too, but like, I met somebody
That we know?
yeah, that you know, that I know, like on it, and I was just like, oh my God, it's so, and of course we matched with each
Who?
other. We're just like, you're doing it too.
Wait, who?
I don't want to say. Are we being
Okay, tell
recorded
me.
still?
Yeah, tell me after the podcast.
Okay, I'll tell you after
I'm
the
curious.
podcast.
Wow, what a small world.
But like, it was really funny.
Wait, did they? How did you
Because
guys?
she was just like, oh my God, I found you. Like, she DM'd me on Instagram and was just like, I'm on it too. And I was like,
How did she know that you knew us?
because she knows.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, we could go into.
It was just like a spirit, like midnight thing. Like, I'm in a relationship, so I'm not gonna like go on Tinder at midnight. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go on Bumble BFF. It was good.
It's called Bumble BFF.
Bumble BFF. I recommend it. Strongly recommend it for everybody who's lonely during quarantine. I have to do my play reading and some table work and whatnot.
Are they planning to eventually have that like this year?
I think they're gonna have the performance over Zoom.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see like how because we're all in our own spaces, you know.
Yeah. On the outside, I look fine, but in the inside, I'm like, this is so weird. I don't want to talk to you over the computer. I don't know. There's some friction in my brain that goes, I don't like this.
I was taking classes and I had to stop them because I could not focus. Like, just like having someone, you know, try and teach me over this like screen, I just couldn't. Like, I would zone out and I was like, this is a waste of money. Like, why am I spending so much money for something that I'm not even like actually absorbing?
Right.
So.
Okay, ready.
Yeah, I have a feeling that like a lot of these expensive schools, classes, colleges, the people are gonna be like, why am I paying $100,000 a year?
I feel so bad for the people who couldn't graduate and like their last semester they were taking all the online classes instead of going in person.
They couldn't graduate?
I mean, they could graduate, but like they couldn't have the ceremony.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah. That's interesting.
You're paying all that money,
Yeah.
you know, and then you're not getting the
The full experience.
tragedy.
Or some of them had it in a parking lot.
Oh yeah,
Because they had to keep it outdoors, and the only space big enough that could properly social distance everyone was in this huge parking lot.
And there was no stadium or anything like that. It's just like,
I guess for some of these local colleges, no. You know, not every city has a stadium.
yeah.
You know, so I just thought that was pretty interesting, and it kind of sucks. It does weaken the experience. I mean, kids these days, I think they have it rougher, right? They had to go through the recession. You're going through two major economic changes, right? Number one is you're going through the recession, 2008, the credit crisis, and then 12 years later, freshly out from the recession, you enter a new one, but due to a virus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just insane, you know, and you come out and, you know, salaries and stuff like this really hasn't increased much, but everything around you has gotten so much more expensive. So then how do you even make a proper living when the cost of education and the cost of living continues to rise and inflate, where salaries are deflating in a lot of industries. So like, what do you do? Because what you thought you were going to get paid for a certain amount, you come to realize that, you know what? No, it's not. And then you got school loans packed on top of that. You have all of these challenges. Now, you know, you're trying to pay for a school loan. You're trying to pay for your day-to-day living, your rent, your food. And if you're in a relationship, now you're engaged, like a lot of our friends are, they're engaged and they're getting married, right? Now that's pushed back too, but now that costs something as well. Eventually they're going to get married, they're going to have the ceremony, and that's going to cost a pretty penny. So now you still have your school loans, right? You still have your day-to-day bills, and you don't even have kids yet, and you're way behind. You're getting married. Like that's how do you ever get out? How do you, like, retirement just seems fucking impossible at this point. Like, well, what do? You thought you did everything
or like
right.
buying a house,
right? It almost feels like you were lied to. You were taught to go to college, get your degree, get your honors, get your 4.0, whatever it is, get your high grades, and then all of a sudden, whoop! Hey, you owe over $100,000. You have
got no job.
You're starting line. Prospects. Oh, everybody else gets to start from here, but you start back there. You start the race back there. You got to run that extra lap, right? And then you got to owe all this money back, and then your bills just continue to climb, and you think you got it right, but your financial savviness isn't even there, because that's what you really need out here. You really need to know how to navigate through that, and then you have to navigate through people, and no one's ever taught you that, how to talk to people to show them your value, right? Because nowadays people are mostly introverted, right? Look at all these apps, Uber, right? You don't have to hail a cab, you don't have to talk. Back then people loved to talk to each other during in the subways, during transportation. Hey, people just say hi to each other, ask how they did.
In New York,
we've been conditioned just in general.
Yeah.
But now everyone's conditioned to look at their phones and kind of just put themselves in this bubble. I mean, there's people out there, including myself. Sometimes I don't know why, but like, I just put on headphones sometimes just to let people know, like, yo, I don't want to talk to you.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Right? Okay.
And people still bother me.
wait, someone, like, they would tap on you?
Girl,
no, they actually, like, tap on?
Yeah,
like,
last night, like 2 different people did. And I have my headphones
like
in.
on the subway?
I'm like reading a book, like clearly like in my own zone.
Yeah.
But they're going up to you like, yo, what's up, shorty?
Yeah,
Right?
I think
so. That's why.
Exactly that. What's up, shorty? That's
No,
exactly like that.
I'm sorry, I'm using 1990s talk. Hey there.
And
I read that book. Is it good?
It's not even. Yeah, it was like that. And
Of
I'm
course,
just like,
of course. That's the icebreaker.
It's terrible, actually. That's why I'm reading it.
Like, you seem to be, like, super nice. So how did you react to that? Like, would you say, like, I'm reading here?
Oh, I'm not nice. To people who like heckle me, I'm not nice at all.
Yeah.
I'm like very like hard ass about stuff like that.
That's good. Yeah.
Wait, so what was your response to that? Hey, what kind of book is that? Or
well, last night he asked me if I knew the directions to 69th Street. So.
The oldest trick in the book.
So I was like, fuck off.
Wow.
Like I got really pissed off.
Fuck off.
Interesting pickup line.
I just imagine like it's just like my face and then like Morgan Freeman's voice comes out. Like, or someone with like a really deep voice. I don't know. Not Morgan Freeman.
Heard
someone
of
with like
that
a really.
one. Do you know the way this? Oh, sorry. That actually took like a second for me to register. I was like, yeah, 69th Street. I was like, wait. I was actually.
Is that a real street?
I was going, what's your avenue? No, wow, that's pretty disgusting.
Yep.
Oh damn.
It's awesome. I love New Yorkers.
You get the weirdest shit like from
the
people.
Hecklers and like the crusty boys on the subways have been a lot worse recently too. They've been extra crusty.
Extra crusty.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's been a crusty year.
Half of like the cat calls and stuff, I'm like, are you expecting a reaction? Because if I were to react, I feel like they would be like more thrown off than if I just ignored them. You know what I mean?
Oh, they like a more receptive reaction, like a positive reaction. If someone says something like that, you're saying that's like
if somebody were to actually like, I don't think that they expect like a reaction is what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
Like they'd be surprised because I think they're so used to just like heckling and not getting a reaction that like if they actually got one, they'd be like probably thrown off, you know?
I think that's true. I think that's true. Like if they were receptive to it, they'd be like, oh no, I gotta run away now.
Have you ever got hit on? Like with a weird pickup line?
No.
A girl drives by. She's like,
No.
yeah.
The weirdest thing for me, I've gotten like my ass pinched.
I got my chest pinched.
That's it.
Are you kidding?
At the club.
What, at clubs?
Yeah,
Okay.
club. Not like randomly on the street. That's
with
weird.
girls, it was never like some corny ass words. Like actually, their words were pretty dope. Like I think girls got game because it's so subtle. Like I didn't even see it coming. I really thought and guys were stupid too. Like we're oblivious. At least I am. So they'll say something. I'm like, oh yeah, this and that. As long as it's not too direct, they'll she was like 10 steps ahead of me. So I was just like, oh yeah, cool. It's over there. Da, da, da. And all of a sudden, I was like, oh shit. That's like one of my friends had to tell me like, yo, Will, she's trying to, whoop. I was like, oh, I was like, no. Yeah, but the most inappropriate weird thing for me was just like we're in a club, in a table and everything, and then the girl straight up on back.
Wow.
Just pinched my ass. I turned around.
Respect the space.
I don't think that's even happened to me before.
And she was just like, "What's up? You like that?" Like she thought I would have reciprocated. And I looked at her like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Number one, I hate being pinched. Hate it.
Just objectively.
just anyone that pinches me, I'm just like, yo, what the fuck you doing? Like right away, that's like me acting like you slapped my face. Like I get so annoyed. Like it charges me up.
Oh, that's like a slap in the face to you.
I hate being pinched. I can't tell you how much I hate being pinched.
I can't remember the last time I was pinched.
I hate being pinched.
I think it's probably from my sister when we were like little kids. Like I feel like getting pinched is just not a...
It goes directly it does something to me. It's not normal.
Right, it's like a super annoying thing.
Thank you.
It raises like those bad memories.
One of my it's like one of my biggest turnoffs. I think it's because I went to a Catholic school and the nuns pinched me when I was bad.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or my mom used to always pinch me too, like in a real aggressive, hurtful way.
Yeah, it brings back bad memories.
Yeah, so now when anyone pinches me, it triggers something in my brain, and I'm just like, I'm as normal as can be, but that's my one crazy. Is if you pinch me right away, I'm just like immediately I think you ugly, like get away. Like I can't. I it just turns me. I can't talk to you for the rest of the day. Just I put up
for the rest of the day.
The shades up. Like I'm sorry, you gotta go.
That's so funny. I've never heard of like pinching being a turn off.
Yeah. Well, go to Catholic school and then meet my mom.
Yeah.
And try being a rambunctious kid, and that's the only way I guess they controlled me. Like literally, like pinch my ears or like my cheeks or my arm or my the sideburns. You got like the nuns used to always grab the sideburns. Now that I'm talking about
that's so mean.
Oh, they grabbed the side. They made me kneel on rice.
Vicious, honestly.
I love looking back at it. I love those nuns though because they showed me a lot of love.
Yeah.
But the discipline, man.
Nice
was so they showed you the abuse and then they showed you love right after.
It's called a toxic relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's get into this because you know what?
That's how they reel you in.
When I went to school, I did get hit by the teachers. They did physically hit me. I got smacked. I got beat. I got hit with a ruler.
Wait, was that normal back then though?
It was, man.
Wow.
And my mom.
Where was this? In New York.
In New York. That school's closed now. Shout out St. Patrick's. But
oh wait, you just exposed all the nine.
I know.
No, but it's not exposed. Yeah, everybody knows if you went to Catholic school back in the day, you got if you were out of line, you got disciplined. Yeah. And then my mom gave the green light to them. Yo, my son act crazy. Go ahead, do your thing.
Well, no wonder.
Do your thing.
Now they have the green light.
But they did that regardless because there were parents that complained and they were like, yeah, well, so what?
It's just the way we do things.
It's just, and back then it wasn't.
Do you feel like that helped?
The culture was different.
Like, yeah.
I don't know if it helped. I don't think so.
Yeah. Because I personally don't believe in like.
But I wasn't mad at the nuns, because it never felt abusive to me. That's the crazy thing. When I got hit, it didn't feel abusive to me. I felt like it was weird because I'm a little kid. I felt like that was just normal. I never felt like, well, they're abusing me, and I was timid and shy and scared. Nah, I went back and I was still crazy. I was still energetic. I was still breaking the rules, like, oh, don't talk, whatever rules they have in school. Don't get out of your chair. I still did things like that, even though it was just normal to all of us. It was just really normal to all of us at the time. And those nuns, at the same time, they showed us mad love. Like, when they knew kids were struggling, they went the extra mile for them. It's like, so I don't know. Looking back at it, that's just the way it was back in the day. I mean, a lot of these nuns, keep in mind, they grew up in the 1920s, 1930s,
yeah,
1940s.
That's the thing. It's just a different generation.
So now they're teaching kids, and they grew up in a way harder time. and they're smacking us up, but we taking it, but you can't do that now.
And they're loving you.
Yeah, you can't do that now. Even now, I wouldn't even take that now. Like if somebody hit my kids, I'm
Right.
going in school, I'm tearing everything up.
Absolutely not.
I'm tearing everything up.
It's a different time.
It's different
time.
Sometimes I was like, damn, if I was born 10 years later, I would escape all of that
You would
physical trauma. 10 years later.
Yeah.
So it is trauma. You are scarred from it.
The pinching. The pinching.
It comes back into
I don't know if
pinch is the same as a slap.
Right. I don't know if anyone else, I haven't met anyone else that felt some type of way when they get pinched.
Some type of way.
But yeah, anyway, that girl at the club pinched my ass and I didn't like it.
And you hated it.
Yeah, and it wasn't the fact that she pinched. She could have pinched me anywhere in the body. I would have had the same reaction.
Yeah.
But when she did it, because I guess she was trying to hit on me, at the same time I was flattered. I was like, wow, a stranger.
So
a stranger
you're like
thinks I'm
really
cute.
at war with yourself in that moment.
It's like, you know
It's a
what?
dichotomy that
I'm like Zuko. I had this good side and bad side inside, and it's constantly trying to take over. You know?
I think everyone's a Zuko. There's a little Zuko.
Would you guys, so like if you were in that world, what bender would you be, do you think? Or would you be a non-bender?
Oh man,
Can I tell you like what I think you guys would
yes,
be?
please.
I feel like you would be fire. I feel like you would be earth. Earth or air. Is that an insult? Because I think those are.
Then you have to explain yourself now, right? So.
No, I can't do that.
Why?
No, I can't.
Yeah, why would he be earth or air? I'd be
air.
curious.
I just like I see it.
She thinks I'm a Toth or something.
Kind of like you kind of have that like. Okay.
I think you'd be an earth bender.
What do you guys think like for yourselves?
I agree with you with fire for me.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've seen this show. Like I
Come on,
can't
you know
really-
what like bender is though. Like,
Yeah, I know, but I don't know.
wait, why am I fire? While he ponders that.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just like vibes.
Fine.
I wish I had
evil?
like a
Wait.
full on.
Are you
like,
sure it's not the look though? Because he's got the Fire Nation look.
I think that's what it is, honestly. If I'm being
What's the Fire Nation look?
Oh, the hair.
Evil?
Like, no, the hair.
Asshole.
No,
Mean.
a big scar right here.
no, yeah, big ass birthmark around your eye. So no, it's like the hair is just tied up. Isn't that
the hairstyle?
Yeah, isn't that the Earth?
I think everybody
Firebender?
has those though.
Oh,
Like even the
okay.
earthbenders have like a little bun
No, that's true.
going on. You
That's
know.
right. But she said it was energy. Was it my fiery? I guess. Sometimes. Like, I agree. I'm not like it. I think you would be water.
If you were not fire, you'd be air.
Air. Why is that?
A monk.
I love how she goes, you'll be this. Why? Figure it
Because
out.
I said so.
Think.
May would be water.
And why do you say that?
You go with the flow. You just kind of. You know what? Fuck that. Nah. How'd I feel?
I don't know.
No, you go with the flow. You're like, you kind of go with the stride. You adjust. Sometimes when you need to be a certain way, you're that way, and then you adjust the next time, and it ain't no thing.
That's a good. That's
true.
Good, yeah, that's a
Right,
good
right?
That's true.
explanation. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why Earthbender?
Earthbender. Well, the thing about earthbenders is that they have to be
I
like
forget. So what is?
they have to be like very grounded, right? And just like a good head on their shoulders. And I feel like that's, I don't know what I get from you.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, yeah.
Right.
I honestly forgot what who the Earthbenders were. Firebender.
Yeah.
The Firebenders are more like. To me, they're more like the imperialistic. They conquer, very like, but their energy is like very strong, right?
Yeah.
Like fire, like and always moving, like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that for you. Fire,
You
Remember
guys
that
don't know me
episode?
at all.
fire.
Remember the episode where Zuko was just like, fire is not destruction, it's life. You know?
You don't understand me.
I think that was the episode with the two dragons.
Oh yeah,
That was
yeah.
such a good episode.
Where they were doing the dance.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I kind of want to learn how to do it.
We can do it together.
Yeah.
New TikTok video.
Oh, that'd be I think
That would honestly go
would blow,
off.
Yeah, that would blow off.
Did you guys hear about Donald Trump,
Yeah.
and him trying to ban TikTok or something?
That's crazy. What do you think about that?
It's interesting. I can't imagine. Well, the thing about TikTok is that it does take a lot of like information, like private information from
A bunch of apps
its users.
do that. A bunch of apps do that. Facebook, Instagram.
It's just that it's an international
I think TikTok is
company.
even like
So
a
that's the
step
thing.
tier, like even more so though.
I think the problem with TikTok is that
it has all the rights to everything too.
the Chinese government can tap into it. Is that I think that's what I read in the article, and that they're afraid. But then like here's the take that a lot of users in America say, like, I don't care if you have information to my contacts in my location. Like, what are you gonna do with that? Great. I went to the supermarket. I went to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you know.
I know.
that.
Like, what do you have to hide?
Like,
you know.
Yeah.
Unless you're.
But then the government doesn't like that because it's American citizens.
Right.
So it's kind of like they're going, oh, it's our people.
Right.
And they're going, well, what if certain people have sensitive information that are not going to the supermarkets? Then they work for certain corporate entities.
Right.
Yeah. That being said, May, good seeing you.
So good to see you guys.
We got to do this again over some drinks.
Absolutely.
Invite
Some
your boyfriend.
Korean barbecue.
I want to.
Oh yeah,
that was
she's
fun.
yeah, she was talking about the.
We
Invite
have
your
to go
boyfriend. I want to
back
see his
to-
skills.
Yeah. No, he's very talented.
I bet.
All you can eat Korean barbecue at O2. We should do
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
as soon as they reopen.
That was a good time. We had fun. Let's get some drinks. Let's get plastered.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
celebration.
long
I
overdue.
haven't in a very long time.
Me too.
Like gotten just like totally
Nice drunk.
nice drunk, not like
Yeah.
belligerent.
You enjoy
We just
it.
all get up.
Like enjoying the weather, kind of drunk, and then
Yeah.
and then take pictures in front of a rainbow. That type of
Okay.
shit.
That's beautiful.
I love that, Norm. That's why you're the earthbender, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I'm grounded.
That said, thank you guys. And May, you're always welcome. Come through.
Thank
And,
you. Thank you so much for having me.
Been awesome. All right. Lucky Boys out.
Later.
Meow.